What's going on, everybody? It's been a while. Texas Redleg here, Friday evening. I've been out working and extremely busy lately. Haven't had much of an opportunity to get on here, but I wanted to take time tonight and sort of get back in the saddle, maybe, so to speak. I've been trying to do that for weeks now and just hasn't panned out. But just sort of paying attention to the different news reports from different outlets and such. I wanted to revisit a topic that I put a video out on, and many of you have also more recently, and that is to tighten up or scrutinize your groups or your mags, if you call it that, your inner circle. You know, in the age of instantaneous or instant gratification and information handling that goes viral, with the push of a button, news travels fast, good or bad. And things get taken out of context, that people like to cause problems, people lie, people misinterpret things, all in the name of, hurting someone else or ruining a life or two or getting somebody else in trouble. And OPSEC or operations security will take you a long way in limiting some of the fallout from the miscreants that cause these types of problems and look to cause these types of problems. Some being just bored individuals, some being intentional bad actors to create havoc and chaos in people's lives. So utilizing OPSEC, and I'm talking about mainly with strangers and people that you don't know. Even some people within your own inner circle or group, if they might not be a regular, contact of yours or a regular visitor or anything like that, but they show up from time to time, I would just be careful and scrutinize people that aren't, routinely involved with your life. Be prepared to go gray. That's a topic that a lot of us have gotten away from, I think, recently. But, going gray is going to serve you well going forward, especially with the current temperature of everything going on, government overreach and such. Limit your interaction with strangers. I would encourage you to, again, scrutinize people that you don't know, at least keep a distance until you do know them. Be prepared to vet anybody that hangs out with you or is interested in knowing about you. I think that with these new red flag laws that are coming, you need to expect snitches and informants, all the time. And they will rat people out for, number one, money, or number two, getting themselves out of some trouble on their own. As a former member of law enforcement, I can tell you that we use informants and snitches every day, and they're paid well, some of them, and they're paid to produce. And law enforcement cannot function without them. That's a fact. So I would expect to see an increase in that type of activity, especially when it comes to the 2A items and all the accessories and seeds that go along with that. So, the old term loose lips sink ships is true. I think you need to just be careful of what you say, who you say it to, who you let into your inner circle, and what you broadcast, whether it be in person, on video, or otherwise. Even phone calls, text. Be sure that you are using, I would say, maybe not such deliberate language with regard to things that you're into. Not that you're doing anything illegal, but people will lie just to ruin your life, and that's a fact. So it happens every day. I mean, you can probably just Google it or YouTube any type of thing like that, and see the lives that are ruined. Again, the cancel culture system as well. All this stuff sort of goes hand in hand, where they want the people to be afraid of the government, and the government have the power to rule with an iron fist, so to speak, and have people afraid, and basically what they're doing is they're going to force people to go underground, and that's a dangerous thing, to be honest, for the government. And that's just the truth there. But with all that's going on, with this fuel issue with the pipeline, and the few food shortages and all that entails, I would just encourage everybody to continue to prep. Times 10, in fact. The pumps here in my area are all good to go, it seems like. I mean, there's a little bit heavier activity, of course, in the evenings when people are off work, it seems like. But during the morning or during the day, man, it's not an issue at all. So I guess considering where we live here in my area, we're pretty fortunate to not have the fuel crisis that a lot of you are having to go through, unfortunately. But again, when we talked about storing fuel, a lot of us have continued to say that over and over and over again as part of your preps. Having fuel on hand is a big deal. And some people probably were well off, when it came to that this time around. And I'm sure some are learning the hard way. But, that's how a lot of us had to learn, whether it was, Freedom Seeds or water or extra power sources or whatever. A lot of us sometimes have to learn the hard way, and the important thing is that you learn and you prevent it from happening next time. So continue to prep times 10, food, meds, fuel, Freedom Seeds if you can find them. This stuff ain't over, and it's probably going to get a lot worse. It seems like every month or so there's a new crisis that erupts, and people have to deal with it, So it's almost like a trial run, maybe, perhaps, for certain things. But one thing's for sure is this government is not prepared to handle anything or defend anything, and you're probably just going to be on your own to take care of it. So, let that sink in, because ineptitude runs amok in this government, and I would not expect any help. Quite the contrary, I would expect no help, and depending on who you are and where you're at, that might really be truthful for you, unfortunately. So I would ask that everybody stay safe out there, keep prepping, and please like, share, and subscribe. I love your comments, and please keep them coming. And with that, I wish everybody a great weekend. Keep prepping, stack it deep, long live the Republic.